natural vibe
Yeah.
is closest to like Ivan type personalities and like videos. Like you're just that's who you are on a day to day, and like maybe those podcasts that they talk about like like even though you're not no like brain fucking surgeon, but like those like brainy surgery like videos, you know the ones like biohacking and like those kind of podcasty people,
right? Like Andrew Hubermans.
Yeah, have more of a you vibe.
Right, so I take that as a mad compliment still. I love them, man.
But it's more of a you vibe, just of who you are.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? I could see, like, for example, Ivan, like the way he does his videos. Even though like Ivan's not I'm taking over the world guy. You and Ivan would be friends if you met at the gym. Like you would love him. Like you two would really get along. Like do you know what I mean? Like even though like he's not like an Andrew Tate or like I'm a strong man and his vibe is a strong man. Like the way he talks and what he talks about, like he's clearly mentally strong as well. Like
quiet strong man.
Yeah, he's a strong man. Like he talks about like how like even just the small things about like like we're weak now like men because of this that the other, like my granddad this that the other, like he's like when he says like he feels embarrassed, like, he's clearly a strong man. He don't like he knows that like he's weak compared to like, and he wants to be like his granddad who was working physical all day and then mentally like sound during that. Like he's not an Andrew Tate, but like you could still compare, if you know what I mean, in a like slightly different way because he hasn't got money and like he's doing just the average family life. But like vibe wise, you would be more likely to be friends with him than you would like Andrew Tate. And like even like that, and what's his name? Huberman. What's his name?
Andrew Huberman.
Oh, it's Andrew as well.
Yeah. Oh shit, yeah.
That's why I got confused. I was like, I'm saying Andrew again, but like, is that right?
Andrew
so like Andrew Huberman and like those videos, like you're way more likely to fit in that podcast.
That makes sense.
Than you are like with Tristan and Andrew. Like,
don't know about Andrew Huberman. Like I'm nowhere near smart enough to jump on a podcast with him, but I know what you mean. I can ask him questions.
Yeah. Like you don't have to be
the smart one.
Like a fucking neuroscientist.
Neuroscientist.
Yeah, neuroscientist or like anything. Like you just have to be able to ask the correct questions and understand what he's saying.
That makes sense.
That's all you need to be on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point. I appreciate that. Again, it's like you making that observation is testament again to like the value of, or specifically having a woman in your life that is aligned with you and how do I put it, like actually observes you rather than like, because like that's one thing as you know that I've always admired about you. Like you're not just in this for you. Well, everybody is, like we all are at the end of the day.
But you're part of what's I'm in it
for. Yeah.
Without you, I can't have me. Like what I want that's out of it for me.
That makes sense. Yeah, I know what you're trying to get at. Yeah, it's a weird thing to try and explain because that sounds really wrong. But I know what you mean. But it's really important, I feel like, to have people around you, whether it's friends or family, that whose opinion you first and foremost respect, because you have to be able to respect it. Because like if certain family members made that same observation, it might just go in one ear and out the other, and I might not take any strength from it or confidence from it.
But because you might be like, they just think I'm quiet, so I'm like the quiet guy.
Yeah.
So just put me in the same bubble.
But when it comes from somebody whose observation you really appreciate, and in your case, obviously, I spend more time with you than anybody else, and over the years, like your observations have paid dividends, so now I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. When I realized that, like the general term for everything that I kind of want to embody was health. Like I realized, like you're literally my right hand man in that. Like, you are my fucking, you're not even my sidekick. Like, you're my partner in crime. Like, it's not like a Batman and Robin thing. It's like a fucking Tony Stark and Captain America. It's like, you've got your role that you play, and I've got my role that I play. And we play it to a T in that respect. Because I think the reason why we work so well with regards to that specifically, you're better at research than me. So you'll get the research in, but I'm better at taking action than you. So you'll do the research and I'll change but you'll say like one line and my whole behavior has changed. I've been thinking about that a lot recently because like I was with Carter, when I was last with Carter, we was having this conversation about reading, and he was talking about how like he feels like he's been reading too many books because he came across this video where this guy was just like, dude, it's not about how many books you read, it's about how much your behavior changes from a book. And he was saying like it made me, I think he was, if I remember rightly, he was saying that like it made me think, Carter was saying it made me think about you, with talking about me, and that resonated with me because I've always taken pride in that. Like, nobody can out change themselves when it comes to taking new information on relative to me. It made me quite excited for the development of, like, I personally don't like the term personal brand. It feels very like forced. But like for the direction in which I want to go on social media.
Well, it's personal brand. Like, it is what it is. We got to say what it is. Like, you're doing social media. Like, whether it's like just a diary of like what you're doing or not. Like, if you're doing it, you got to portray something.
Yeah. So it was kind of nice to realize that, like, well, yeah, it's health. And it was even nicer to realise that, like, you're a big fucking part of that. And so now, like, I look forward to sinking my teeth into the idea of that. And to be honest, like, that's one thing I want to do more. Just like write shit out and like just kind of put things on paper a bit more and really like understand my hierarchy of values. Because I'm kind of lucky, like, relative to other people, like, I feel like I don't believe it. I say I'm lucky a lot, and I don't even fucking believe in luck. Some way, somehow, I created my own luck to the point where, like, I've never felt the need to like search or find like my purposes. Like, I guess probably because of all the free time that I've had, because of how long it's been now that I've refused to work for money. Like, naturally, your hierarchy of values is just going to come out of you because you've got all the time in the world. You're only going to do what you really care about doing. And it just so happens that, like, which is weird because like, I didn't really put two and two together and think of like health being something that you do. But like, when I think about it, since Lincoln, since Lincoln Avenue, like, I remember one of the first experiences of like saying to you, like, I see that KFC advert now, like, it looks disgusting to me. That was in Lincoln Avenue, like, but that wasn't.
Because I started Dave Asprey. Dave Asprey got kicked it all off.
Yeah.
Because we were eating all kinds of junk, like, because when I did vegan, you were eating junk, you were eating KFC.
Oh yeah.
And then I found Dave Asprey from somewhere. I don't know where the fuck I found Dave Asprey from. I think it might have actually been like the Kardashians.
Okay.
Because like Dave Asprey was that, like, he did that whole celebrity thing where he like made celebrities like lose weight in like 2 weeks or something. Like, he did something fad thing. But anyway, I found Dave Asprey's book and I read Dave Asprey's book and then did the Dave Asprey diet, which is where we found out about grass-fed meat and like and where we found out like certain foods that you thought were healthy were actually like GMO or like, we obviously realised that Europe is very different to America, but that's where it started. Dave Asprey. I read the Dave Asprey book and I started only eating grass-fed meat and butter for the diet.
Yeah, that was before the holiday, no?
No, this is lockdown. I did vegan for the holiday.
Oh yeah, that was that Grace guy. That was when I was eating shit.
That was when you were eating. Well, you were just bulking, really. Like, you were training because remember you wanted to get big for the holiday, but you were eating KFC and like.
It was like a dirty bulk.
Yeah, you were just eating.
Whatever I could get my hands on.
Yeah.
I remember
And I was like eating fucking rabbit food,
Yeah.
couscous and fucking mushrooms.
Yeah, that shit was nasty. I don't know how you ate that.
And then we came back from holiday. And then it was just, I mean, we must have just been eating normal. Like, we'd gone straight back to normal. Not really thinking anything of it. And then lockdown happened, and that's when I found Dave Asprey. And I don't know why I wanted to do it, but I wanted to do it because I was quite slim already. Because
I feel like it happened before lockdown. It happened before lockdown.
I was running in lockdown.
It happened before lockdown. 100% it happened before lockdown.
What, Dave Asprey?
Yeah. Because, no, there's no way that it was lockdown when I'd already conditioned myself to find like KFC disgusting.
Yeah.
That's too soon. Nah,
It's not been that long.
that's too soon.
2019, we went to Gran Canaria. You were eating KFC in 2019.
So that long.
Yeah, it's not been that long that, like, takeaway wise. Like, you've always had, like, oh, I'm not gonna eat, like, this takeaway for this long. Like, you've done that loads. Like, oh, no Domino's for 4 months. Like, just throughout life. Like, you've done that. Well, just throughout our relationship, I know of you doing that. But this is really recent. Because in lockdowns when I went gluten-free, so, like, it was, like, loads of information in one go. But then you got to say, it's 2022 now. It's end of 2022, so...
It's been 3 years.
Yeah.
Because it was the end of 2020.
Yeah, 3 years is a long time.
That makes sense.
Because it was the start of 2020 we just did, because March.
Right.
Is
It
when
feels like way longer.
it feels like way longer.
Feels like a fucking whole lifetime. Honestly, I'd probably pass a lie detector test if I said, I've been eating grass-fed since I was like 12.
You got to think that we've only been together 7 years.
Yeah.
3
Yeah, so almost half has been...
Yeah,
health
3 years is a long
conscious.
time.
Right. Yeah, okay, fair. That's why it feels so long.
Yeah.
Right.
2020 lockdown is where it started. Because Dave Asprey was no gluten as well. So that's where I started the whole gluten-free thing. And then I don't know when non-dairy came in, because Dave Asprey said grass-fed's fine. But then somewhere along the line, non-dairy, and it was just a whole...
But that was partly because we didn't know we could get our hands on grass-fed dairy as well.
True.
Because he said grass-fed dairy was fine, but we couldn't get our hands on grass-fed dairy at the time.
True.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
There was none of the Kerrygold butter.
I was using the Anchor bar.
Yeah.
At that point in time, I was using the Anchor for like all my veg.
But there was no cheeses, I don't think.
No, we didn't have any grass-fed.
I don't think there was any grass-fed. I feel like it's quite new. All that shit's kind of new.
So we just didn't. Well, no, I hadn't gone into the depths of fucking finding it. At that point. Like Kerrygold isn't advertised as grass-fed. Like, neither's Anchor.
But it says on the Kerrygold.
Yeah, but it's not like you Google grass-fed butter and Kerrygold isn't like, it doesn't just come up.
Right,
like, you got to do a little bit of digging, and then it's like, oh, Kerrygold's grass-fed.
Thanks for listening.